Welcome to the TryLine podcast. I'm your host, Bo. This is my co-host, the people's host, Denny. How you going, mate?
Yeah, I'm going good, thanks, mate. How are you?
Good, thanks. We got a massive Q&A show, probably the biggest we've ever done. But before we get into any of that, this show is brought to you by MANSCAPED. I have big balls, so it's great for me. What about your balls?
My balls, not so much big, but they're smooth. And
Beautiful.
yeah, so I've been using the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0, and since I've been using them, I haven't had any cuts to my balls. Nothing, nada. That's because they use a skin-safe replaceable razor, blade, whatever.
Mate, you know what else they use? Wireless charging. An LED light to get to that, those dark places right down in the groinal area. Mate, it takes care of everything. I love it. I can't stress it enough, guys. You got to get this. You got to use Manscaped. It's good for your hygiene. It's good for your body. It's good for your girlfriend. It's good for me. All right. And today, for you, for all the people that watch the Tryline podcast, we got a great code. What's our code?
Our code is TryLine,
And how much do you get off?
20%.
20% off store wide. Okay. Tryline, 20% off. You won't go wrong. Let's get into our tips.
Versus the Titans.
Tyrone Peachey in at 6. David Fafita is still on the bench. Both, it's a must win. The first two games are pretty much going to decide the top 8. So I'm going to go the Knights.
All right. Well, I was thinking the Knights earlier, but then you reminded me I tipped him to make the 8, so I have to back in the Titans here.
Okay.
Back him in. Warriors versus Raiders.
I was thinking the Raiders, but I had a look at the Warriors forward pack, and geez, that's so good. Adam Vanilla Blake, Matt Lodge, Josh Curran, Ewan Aiken, Bailey Sirenen. It's a massive forward pack.
So you're going to take the Warriors?
Yeah, I'd even consider starting Nicarima at 9 over Wade Egan and just play like a high tempo game early and just try and run through them. Because this Raiders team isn't coming from behind. If they get a couple of tries against them early, the Warriors will probably run through them. So I don't go the Warriors, but I'd consider starting Cody Nicarima.
Okay, nice. Well, I'll go the Warriors too. I think, yeah, that's just what I think. Roosters Bunnies.
I'll go the Roosters in this one. Ashley Klein's ref in this one. He's pretty solid, so they should get a fair share of the ball. I'll say the Roosters.
Roosters. I'm going to go Bunnies.
Okay,
Bunnies. Dragons and Cowboys.
Dragons.
I'll be tipping Cowboys here.
Okay.
I've seen that you got a few of your players playing odd
Oh yeah,
positions.
well, yeah. Just Valentine. He's just in the centers. He's a center this week.
Yep.
Ben Hampton's a center, of course. Jason Tamalolo. He's not a back rower anymore. We thought he was definitely a back rower. Like we moved him from lock, which is where he's played his whole life, and then to the edge because that's where he's going to dominate. But now he's back in the middle. He's a front rower again. So
Good to hear.
yeah.
Good to hear. Sharks Broncos.
I'll go to the Sharks. They just got more to play for.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Sharks as well. Maybe a similar score to last week.
Mm.
Storm Eels.
I'm going to go with Storm, but I think this is a good game for the Eels. I think they don't need to win. They just need to play well. They play well. They can take some confidence into next week where they're going to rest players. I think I heard Brad Arthur say they're going to rest players next week and then into the final. So they don't need to win. They just need to play well.
Okay, well, I will be tipping Parramatta. I'm a Parramatta fan, so I'll never tip against them ever in my life. Eagles Bulldogs.
You tipped the Cowboys last week.
No, I changed.
Um, I'll say Manly. I think they beat them 66-6 last time or 6-6-0, something like that. Do you think that's more or less this time?
I think. Oh, last game, I actually had a same game multi on this, a 10-legger. I only
10
got.
legger.
I got 9 out of 10.
Should have went a 9 legger.
Yeah, I should have. The last one was roughy as well as Cherry Evans anytime. But I'll be going, yeah, similar game to last time. Seagulls by a lot.
Have Jack Heverington and Luke Thompson played together much this year? It seems like one's in, the other one's out all the time.
Yeah, I don't think they have.
I'd be interested to know if they've even played one game together because Heverington's back this week, but Luke Thompson's out.
Yeah,
So, and if Luke Thompson doesn't go with them again next year, they might never play together. That's pretty crazy.
that's insane.
Yeah,
Oh, good insight there.
thank you.
Panthers versus Tigers.
I think the Panthers by over 50. I never. I'm telling you right now, the Panthers will put the Tigers to the sword in this game.
Because they were actually the last team to beat them in the regular season, like the first team. Sorry,
Yeah,
got them off that streak or whatever.
yeah. They ended that streak, and then they were a little bit mouthy about that too. They were, and I think the Panthers will come back over the top of them here. They're gonna roll them. I'm going Tavita Pengai Jr. anytime too.
He's coming off the bench, is he?
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
okay.
All right, that's the tips.
That's
That's
the
it.
tips, and straight into the questions. First question from Bailey. So Danny thinks he can beat Bradman best, but what about his next opponent, Tarek Sims?
You tell me, Danny. You're beating Tarek Sims. You're 2-0. You've knocked over Kane Evans, and I think you mauled Bradman
I did
best.
more Bradman. So is this? Are we talking boxing or MMA?
Wait, you're telling the story.
Well, whatever it is, I'm winning. So Tarek, I'll take him in a boxing match
Okay.
just to prove that I'm superior in with my stand up skills. It's just a knockout in the first round.
First round.
First round knockout, yeah.
Jesus.
And then that puts me into the rankings in Australia. So I'm now a ranked fighter in Australia,
Yep.
boxer.
What are you ranked? Like, it's just in top 100 or
Yeah,
something?
top 100. Yeah,
So you're sitting in the 90s, sitting pretty 3-0,
yeah. 3-0. I'm 94th in
94th.
Australia.
All right, 94th ranked world boxer, the people's host, Denny, Australian boxer.
Australian boxer. Yeah. On to the next. Jacob, biggest player that could help any team that is still off contract at the end of the year.
I'm going Tyrone Peachey.
Jesus, who was I thinking? Was it? Was Joey Marnie still off contract?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, maybe. I'm just going to. I wanted to say something different.
All right. Well, yeah.
Throw it out there. I think he's versatile. I think he can cover a range of positions. So I'm going Tyrone.
I think he's a bit patchy. He's a patchy player.
He's only got to play in the 14.
Yeah, but still, he's patchy in that position. That's what I'm
Yeah.
just saying. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah, nice.
All right.
Another question from Jacob: should the Eels re-sign Blake? So Blake
That's
Ferguson.
more for you.
No, we got a few up and coming young outside backs. So you just give them a shot. I think. Yeah, we don't need him.
Is that Fergo?
Yeah, Blake Ferguson. Yeah. Or is it Wonga Blake?
I thought he was talking about Wonga Blake. I don't know.
A no to both of them.
Well, Wonga Blake's still contracted till 2023.
I don't know why you offered him that kind of contract. That's just...
Nah, so he's just wait that out if someone wants him for the last year, because you can start negotiating with a person in the last year of their contract. So if someone wants him for that 2023, you keep him next year. Maybe let him go. He's on for 520,000 a year.
Wonga Blake.
Yeah.
Yeah. There
Is
you
that
go.
overs or what?
That is way overs. I wouldn't even be paying him half of that.
Uh-huh.
Is there going to be a giveaway of merchandise anytime soon?
Yeah, I messaged this guy on Instagram. Yeah, so the giveaway goes off if the Cowboys and Eels both win the same round. I mean, that's not happening this week. But if it doesn't, at the end of the regular season. So it's only 2 weeks away, guys.
Yeah, 2 weeks. And what was that? That was a jersey of
Jersey.
your choice, anyone's choice.
Yes.
Or the winner's choice, sorry.
Just the winner's choice.
Yes.
It's not anyone.
Lachlan, who do you think will get the last two spots? So I think that's 7th and 8th in the finals.
Knights and Shuggies.
I've gone Knights and Titans. So we'll see who gets up there. Probably neither of us, to be honest.
No, I'll be right. The Knights and Tigers, the Knights and Sharks will make the finals.
We'll see. Kai Fiera, who is the first player that the new Queensland club should sign?
I've got mine. You got?
Just what if it's at the end of next year?
It's 2023. So they can start, if they get the license, they can start negotiating next year.
So they can start negotiating next year to have someone come in
for the following year. Yeah.
I don't know. Just depends on who's off contract. I didn't have a look at who's off contract.
I'm saying Callum Ponga.
He's off contract end of next year.
No, he's got 2 years after that, but they're both player options. So he can decide to leave. And I think one player in the league that all women, all men, all kids love You know what I mean?
Mm.
Callum Ponga, bums on seats. No better marquee for your club. He's a Queenslander. I think he's the go. Munster's actually off contract at that time too. So one of those. But I'm saying Ponga.
I was going to ask you something, but now I forget.
But Munster's contract actually ends right on time too. And he said he would be interested.
So what I'm going to ask you now
Okay,
is
ask it.
either Kalen or Munster. Well, you've said Kalen. How if you're the CEO or whoever offers people contracts, how much are you going to offer Kalen Ponga?
Yeah, big money. If I'm offering, see, he's on decent money now, but it would be $1 million.
Mm.
I'd be bringing him in. I'd be starting at $1 million and working my way up from there.
Okay.
Just because not so much what he does on the field, but what he does for you off the field, sponsorships and that. Sponsors would love him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's going to get people to the ground. I think he does more for your club off the field than he will. Well, he might do it on the field as well, but he does more around the club. Like the Knights would be loving him right now.
Mm.
He'd be an absolute dream up there.
Okay. All right. Well, nice.
Yeah.
Luke, do you think Panthers can do it? Personally, I do. Is that win the grand final?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I think they can do it. Just stay healthy. They need
Yep.
Nathan Cleary to stay healthy.
Yeah. Take your vitamins. Nathan, they should just all be given Nathan rub downs. A train of rub downs on Nathan when he walks into the room.
Daily.
Hourly. Half hourly.
Just
All right.
don't stop. Just don't stop giving him rub downs.
You should just hire one person to just rub him down all day.
How much do you reckon you'd have to pay them?
Not much. You can pay me nothing. I'll rub Nathan Cleary all day.
Okay.
$50 cash.
You just said nothing to $50.
Yeah, well, I just thought my hands might get sore.
Okay. Reed, both of you answer this. What's your go-to pizza?
I'm saying margarita.
Oh yeah, margarita from
Crust. Yeah, that one.
How good is it? That's
yeah.
awesome.
It's like a 19. What's it called? 19 something margarita.
1980 or something.
Yeah.
If you're into margarita pizzas, it's got like these like little chunks of cheese. What are they called?
Oh.
I don't know what the cheese is called, but it's like little bits of cheese, like melted cheese in the middle of the slice. And
go get it, guys.
I'm gonna get it tonight. Actually, you just yeah. Anyway, Sefton, how good was the Reynolds 40-20, and was it one of the best ones you've seen?
I can't explain how much I enjoyed it. It was so good. Easily one of the best I've seen.
Mm.
Easily.
I mean, I don't really pay much attention to that. Like I've got a
pretty
short.
So that's what I mean. You would have though. If you saw this one live, it was so good.
Yeah.
The degree, like the margin of error for that kick was like this big. Like he cleared the person that he's kicking it over by this much and dropped it inside the person he was kicking it by like this much, and then landed it inside the line by like that much. So it was perfect. You put it on a bloody nickel.
All right, we'll have to go back and watch the tapes.
Yeah.
It's me, Hayden. Top 5 locks in the comp. I think
you usually take over these lists, but I've got a list for you.
Okay,
Ready?
Okay, yeah, you go.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Top 5 locks in the league to this day.
Are you just going to go this year or
this year? Right now, as it stands right now.
Right now.
I've got Isaiah. Yeah, you can't dispute that. That's number one.
Yeah. Yep.
Then I've gone Cam Murray.
At 2. I had him. Yep.
Then I've gone Jason Taumalolo. A bit of respect. Keep a little bit of respect on his name.
Okay.
Then I've gone Victor
the Inflictor.
Then I've gone Dale Finucane and an honourable mention to Jake Dvorovich at 6. That's me top 5.
Okay, I had 4 of those.
Who'd you have?
I didn't have Victor.
Okay.
But then I just didn't know who the 5th would have been. But yeah, nice list. Probably wouldn't have had Victor or Taumalolo in there just off their form of this year.
You got to put some respect on Taumalolo's name.
You do. But I did have him in my list. But, you know.
Yeah, I know. It felt dirty even putting him at 3, but it's where he needs to be because he's still a great player. I made fun of the move to prop, but I like that better than the move to the back row. I like him close to the ball, obviously.
Just keep it locked, please.
I don't know why.
What's his name? Todd?
Toddy.
Keep
He's a big man though. We've seen him. Don't call him out,
Yeah.
okay?
Okay,
He's
yeah.
a big
We
man.
saw him at what was it, Townsville Airport, and he is
Yeah,
jacked. Like
he's jacked.
when you look at him, like when he's doing interviews on the news and that, like you just see like his face.
Yeah,
Like if you see his body, he's built. Like
yeah,
yeah,
and you probably don't want to call him out
yeah,
because if anything, he should move into the
yeah.
forwards. He should get in there.
He was bigger than the players. Like he
He
was bigger
was
than some
big.
of the players.
Jesus.
Anyway, BJT Gifford. If the season ended today, who would get the Dally M and why?
I'd go Tommy. I think he's been consistently the best player.
Yeah, Tommy. Every game that he's played in, I think he's gotten at least 2 points.
Yeah, I think that rolls into the next question. Who is the Daily M? Is that the next one?
Yep, from Joey.
Yep. And I'm
Uh,
going Tommy.
yeah, Tommy Bro. He's winning the Dally M this year. Billy, can you look at your DMs that I sent to you? Please, I'm a big fan. I think this
Yeah,
will
I'll,
be to
I always
you.
always try and check those DMs. Like my message requests, lads, is plus 99, just
Oh,
consistently.
plus 99.
So, I
High
try and get
roller
through
over
it.
here.
Yeah, well, they're your DMs as well. Okay. But yeah, we try and get to them. We try and we I feel like we're pretty fair. We answer a fair chunk of messages.
NRJT, most disappointing team and most disappointing player this season.
I'm going to say the most disappointing team's been the Raiders. Everyone expected them to make the eight,
Mm,
so obviously they're missing the eight's disappointing. And I'm going to say Ash Taylor has been the most disappointing player.
I don't think Ash
Me.
Taylor.
I
Like
thought he was. I thought he's going to have a pretty good year, and they had the forward pack to do things at that club, and he's done very little. I thought him and Jamal Fogarty have both looked very disjointed the whole season, and I actually think he needs a fresh start. I think he needs to go. I think
okay.
he needs. I would like to see him go to the Tigers. Actually,
All
go to
right.
the Tigers. Luke Brooks gets a fresh start somewhere else. He goes to the Tigers, plays inside Adam Dewey, who's a strong running 5'8". It's going to take some pressure off him. I think that could be a good move. He's actually off contract at the end of this year.
All right. Well, I had a different team. I had one of the Queensland teams as my most disappointing team, but I'm going to agree with you on the Raiders. Change my mind because I had them in my top 4 at the start of the season.
Yep, Adam sixth. So
And my most disappointing player, I'm going to go Cole Flanagan. I think
yeah, he has been down. I think
he was brought to the Bulldogs,
it
and
wasn't good seeing him getting hooked against the Dragons when it was 6-all
yeah,
and he got hooked. I thought that was a bit rough. And then since then his season's just nosedive. But yeah, that's fair.
yeah, but yeah,
We always say the most disappointing players are halves and spine players because anyone around that you don't really expect a whole heap. Maybe marquee back rows and stuff, but
mm,
the most pressure is on the 1, 6, 7, and 9.
yeah, for sure. Another question from NRJT: 3 overrated players.
All right. I'm going. He's one of the most overrated ever, I think. Now, firstly, they're all in the NRL, so they're all good.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going Jarryd Croker.
Oh, you're going ever? Oh no, it's
No,
never mind. I was just
yeah,
thinking of Jason
still.
Nightingale. Jesus. His face just popped up in my head, and I was like, "Well, what?" Yeah, never mind.
I'm going Jarryd Croker. I'm gonna go Spencer too. Or let's get another one out of the way. I'm gonna go Sevo,
Oh yeah, he's
and
overrated.
then I'm gonna go Stephen Crichton.
You reckon?
Stephen Crichton. I think last year he had a good year, but the Panthers were very good, and I think a lot of centers would have scored the tries he scored last year.
Yeah, for sure.
And then this year, I think he's moved to fullback last week. I thought he played all right, but he was like, even Fox put up something. Oh, is this the next like Tommy or something? And I was like, what is going? No, that's an overreaction there. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw him in.
Okay, I'm gonna go 3 players that I think are overrated. Matt Duffy for sure. 1, Reece Robson, and yes, Sevo. Sevo, man,
We have a question later. Overrated hookers. I had Robson.
did you?
Hmm.
Yeah, no, there's like so many people have raps on him. He's not good, man. Like,
Yeah, I think he runs too much.
yeah, no, he's just not. He's no, thank you. Cohen, how long do you think until Manly win a grand final?
That could be this year.
Yeah, I think this year could be the year. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Nicholas, Panthers to make the grand final.
Yeah. It depends on their run. It depends who they play.
Yeah.
They literally could play Melbourne in a prelim final, and that's a death sentence.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think. I think Melbourne are the only team that I can guarantee to be their grand final day.
Yeah, same. Me too. They're a shoe in.
Yeah.
Another question: Sharks to make the 8. You think yes? I think no.
You still think no, or you just hanging tough because you picked the Titans?
I picked the Titans, so I got to stick what we want to pick.
All right.
I always get on you for changing your tips, so that's my tip. I'm sticking with it.
All right.
Sebastian, would Tyrone Peachey be a good replacement for Watson for the
Yes,
Watson loss? Sorry.
I think so. I think he's versatile, covers a lot of positions. Like you said, he's not as consistent as Watson, but every team needs a good 14 now, I think.
Hmm. All right. Well, I mean, he's similar play style. Would he be a good replacement? He'd be a replacement.
He's not Watson.
Yeah, he's not Watson, but
No.
he's a similar kind of player, similar kind
What do
of
you think?
build.
What do you think the Storm do with their roster now? Probably everyone's going to be fit. They've got a lot of they've got Nico Hines and Brandon Smith, both pretty much utilities. Do you just play Brandon Smith as another forward and keep Nico on the bench?
I think what. Oh Jesus! Well,
It's hard. It's tough because, and then I was listening to Cooper Cronk last night, and he thought you should start Brandon Smith and put Harry on the bench just because
mm,
Brandon Smith brings more energy than Harry Grant. But I think Harry Grant was outstanding last week when he started. So,
look,
but then you got Pappenhausen in the team. You got Pappenhausen.
yeah,
You've got obviously both the halves are fit. So you're taking two type of utilities, and then what you got Kamikamitha and
Nelson.
Nelson.
What I'd do is I'd put Nico Hines, 18th man. I would start. It doesn't matter who you start out of Harry Grant or Brandon
I don't
Smith.
think it does yet.
I think they both make a huge impact coming off the bench. So you could really interchange those two. Yeah, Nico Hines, 18th man.
So if Nico Hines doesn't play again and they win the grand final, that'll be the third title he's won and not played a minute in the game. Because he won the State of Origin. He won the State of Origin, didn't play. He was
Oh,
18th
that's right.
man.
Yeah.
They won the grand final last year. He was 18th man. And this year.
Yeah. He's 18th man.
All right. So that was just a tangent. I was thinking about that.
Yeah. No, well, thank you.
Okay, good.
Thanks. Connor Keating, who is Rookie of the Year and Captain of the Year?
I've changed my mind on this a couple times, rookie.
Who you got?
I can go Reece Walsh.
Yep.
Because
Go on.
Manly, Josh Schuster, right? You got to think when they win, Tommy's polling 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
So he might fall down the pecking order a little bit because you've got to divvy him up. You've got to give some to Foran some weeks. You said Lachlan Croker the other week. He's got to pick up some. Daly Cherry Evans. So he's going to fall. Okay. And then you go Dane Laurie. I think he would have polled pretty well when the Tigers won, but now he's missed a few weeks through injury. And then Sam Walker, you got to give him to James Tedesco. You've got to give them out to Joey Manu, had a good year. So they get spread around a little bit. Reece Walsh, when they've played well, he's probably been the best player on the field.
Okay.
So I'm going Reece Walsh. And then what was captain of the year? I'm going James Tedesco for their teams had such a wretched run with injuries, and he's just bringing them through that. They're still sitting. What are they sitting fourth?
Fourth, yeah. Actually, that's a really good take.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to agree with you on the captain. Rookie. I still think Dane Laurie will get there.
What round did he go down? Was it 2 weeks ago?
I think it would have been 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So that's
So
still
I think
20 games.
Hmm.
So
he's going to be close. This is not who we think was the best rookie. This is just who we think will win based on their system. And I think it's out of Laurie and Reece Walsh.
Yeah, so you're thinking Reece Walsh, I'm thinking Laurie.
Yeah.
There you go. NRL Kiss takes. Not really a question, lads, but really love listening to the potties every week.
How good's that? We're here for all praise. So even if you send in no questions, we'll just have we'll sit here for half an hour and read out praise comments.
Yeah. Actually, I'd rather do that.
Yeah, let's just do that.
Yeah, so
scrap the Q&A.
No more Q&A. Just
no one comment unless you got something good to say. That's it.
It's never mind. It's like a praise day or something.
Would you call it a golden shower?
I don't think no.
No, is that not what it's called?
That's not
Okay.
what it's called. That's no. Moving on. Tom O'Brien. Are the Raiders, when healthy, still a top 4 side?
No.
Yeah, no way. I think with those sides that are in there now, I think actually Manly over Roosters.
Yeah, so but even I put them lower than that. I put them when they're fully healthy. Well, there hasn't been too much when they haven't been fully healthy this year. So apart from Chance, and Chance is a big key to what they do, I still don't put them in the top 6.
Yeah, same. Matthew, do you still think the Bunnies are a chance to beat teams like the Storm and the Panthers in big games?
Yeah, I hope so. Like they got strike everywhere. I think we got the next question about the Bunnies as well. Is that right?
Yes, the next one is thoughts on Rabbits premiership hopes from Jacko.
Yeah. So they've got strike everywhere, but I think it's not going to come down. It's going to come down to their forwards. If their forwards can compete with like Melbourne, Penrith, and Manly,
Yeah.
then they've got enough strike to score points on the back of that and take over games. So, but their forwards have to stand up. If their forwards can't, they can't win because these teams are willing to go deep. They're willing to play set for set, and it doesn't look like the Rabbitohs are willing to do that right now. But they got one of the best coaches in the history of the game at the helm, so maybe.
Yeah, I think they're always in a game to beat the Storm and the Panthers. I don't know about their premiership hopes though. That's just tough.
Because they're going to have to do it like consistently too.
Mm,
Like, they'll have to win 3 games in the semis, including the grand final, and they're going to be against all good sides.
yeah,
So can they do it 3 times in a row?
we'll
I don't
see.
know.
Sammy Tyler, do you think Canberra have a chance of finals?
No. Oh, well, they have a chance. I don't think they'll make it though.
Yeah, for sure. Joey, who's your favorite? Who's your second favorite team in the NRL?
You just have a favorite, okay?
Yeah,
Firstly, you just have one team. Secondly, if I was to like, it changes because there's sides I like watching, there's sides I don't like watching, and that changes year to year. I remember in 2014, I really enjoyed watching the Bulldogs play, just because their forwards used to ball play a lot, and that was fun to watch. But if I really had to have a second side, it'd probably be South, just because my whole family goes to South.
I would probably have to go with the Warriors. Just
Is
for
there a team that you like watching this year? Like, there was a team that you like turning on to watch
no,
more than others? Like,
not really.
is there a team you don't like watching this year?
Dragons. It's just slow games, man. Every single game.
Yeah, it is. That's fair.
Tej. Worst signing this season. Was Kane Evans a signing this season?
I don't know.
Because if he was a signing this season, I'll go Kane Evans.
You can just lock in Kane Evans anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Chambers.
Will.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I feel bad for him because there was a time when he was very, very good, but you see these players come back after their stints in the Super League or whatever, and they're just not the same.
was he good though?
Yeah, he was good. He was the Australian centre.
Yeah. Well, he never played with a bad half.
Yeah, okay, that doesn't mean he's not good. He's top two centres in the nation.
Okay. That's like
Yep.
saying, well, Jason Nightingale was top 2 wingers in the nation.
Yeah, baby. A lot of you're poking the bear there. There's a lot of fanfare for Nightingale.
I don't understand. Never mind. Top 3 moments of the regular season. Are
I
we
think we
going?
I think we do like a whole video on that. I think we just do like a 5-minute clip where we talk about our top, because I can't think of
Top
off the
try.
top of my head. Just the top moments of the year for top 5. We'll do a top 5 video, and remember that you told us to do it, and we'll make sure we name drop you. But we'll do an interview, not an interview, like a 5-minute video on it
We could do an interview.
with you.
Me.
I'll interview you on your top 5 moments.
Okay. Thanks.
It'll be the people's interview.
It will be. People will love it. Okay. Who was that? Mervyn.
Mervyn.
Mervyn
That's
Hosk.
Mervyn Gay.
That's Marvin.
Oh,
Who's your all-time favorite Cowboys player?
Jonathan Thurston, the original JT, the OG.
The OG.
Yep.
I hate all of them equally.
Okay, good.
Yeah. No Cowboys fan. No Cowboys players are my favorite. They're all dogs. Nash Williams, overrated hookers in the NRL.
Robson.
Yeah, Reece Robson for sure. That's probably that's the only one I can really think of.
Yeah, I
Really
think the rest
overrated.
of the hookers are pretty solid.
Maybe Mitch Rain. He's crap too.
He loves going for dummy half.
He does. He
Yeah.
does. Naden. Naden. Who's your 7th and 8th spot heading to the finals?
Who's my 7th and 8th?
You're Knights and Sharks. And I'm Knights and Titans.
Okay.
Ranger. Would you say the Tigers need to build on for the... What would you say the Tigers need to build on for the next season?
Attitude, I think. They're a bit sooky, the lads.
Yeah. They've actually got a decent team. Like, their forward pack's
Yeah.
not too bad. But,
Yeah, I like their team.
yeah. And I think that their outside backs, just get some good outside backs and that can start set off well. That's what I'm
Great.
thinking. Jeremy Newton, if you had 1 year to win a premiership, what club would you go to?
Melbourne.
Yeah, 100% Melbourne.
I'd go wherever Craig Bellamy is.
Craig Bellamy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'd tell him, Craig, I got 1 year to win a premiership or I die.
Put me on
And he'd
18th
get me
man.
there.
18th man.
I could ride the bench all year. Come on, HIA, interchange, and then level Kane Evans.
Okay. I'd go to Melbourne as well if I didn't say that before. Another question from Jeremy. Dad has been a Tigers fan for 20 years and he wants to change teams. Who should he support?
Mr. Newton, you can't change teams,
Yeah.
mate.
After 20 years, especially.
You made your bed, you lie in it. Okay? Is that true?
That is true.
You can't change. You can't change teams.
Don't change teams, Mr. Newton.
No.
Should Mitchell Moses stay at the Eels?
Yes.
Yep, I think so as well. Please stay at the Eels, Mitch. If you're watching this, Mitch, come on, man. Stay at the Eels. Toddle? Is that this one? Toddle?
I don't know.
Because
He messages out his name.
Oh no, it's Todd Lewis Martin.
I read it, Toddle, every time. Todd, yes, I did like the show you recommended. You recommended a couple, but Animal Kingdom, that's really good. So thanks for that, man.
Yeah, thanks, Toddle.
Toddle. It's Toddle. It's
Yeah,
just Toddle
It's
now.
Toddle now.
Yeah.
Jack Dempsey. Thoughts on the UNA can try.
Absolute brain snap. Did you see it?
Yeah, I did see it.
I thought Coates got his hand to the ball.
I think Coates did get his hand to the ball, but I don't know if UNA can got his ball at the same time to the ball at the same time, like simultaneously.
If it's simultaneous, it's a try. But was it sent up no try? I can't even remember.
It was sent up. Yeah, well, obviously, if they send it up, it's no try.
Well, then no, it's not a try. That's it. Yeah, there's not enough evidence to say that. Yeah, that's of course. Yeah, if they're looking at it, then it's no try. So no, there's not enough evidence to overturn no try.
Yeah, I'll go with no try as well. Like, yeah, if there's not enough evidence to overturn it, then you can't give it.
No, I agree.
A few questions from Noah Blockley. Do you think the Storm needs to lose a game before going into the finals?
No, I listened to Cooper Cronk last night actually, and he said on if you need to lose a game or not. He said they've been patchy the last couple of weeks and still managed to win. As long as they learnt lessons in those games, then they don't need a loss. And I agree with that.
Yeah.
Because the point of needing a loss is then it like recalibrate you. Like, oh, we're not doing everything great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that makes sense.
All right, nice. What do you think the reason for the Raiders' downfall this season?
I don't know, but I think they need a big review. I think they need a big review on what went wrong because a lot did.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I have no idea. Could be just a change of the pace in the game because you saw it was 2 years ago before they introduced those. Wait,
Yeah, so we had a little bit of 6 again last year, and then they added more this year.
Yeah. So what they come last year? Was it still top 4, or at least in the top 8?
No, they come in the top 8 because they won the first week, and then they went through to the second week against the Roosters, who had lost week 1.
Okay.
And then they beat the Roosters, and then
so they went to a prelim.
I think they went to a prelim. And now I can't remember. I think they won 2 games though.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Well, I if anything,
and then what did they play Melbourne in the prelim?
Last year.
They might have. And then Souths played Penrith.
Well, you got a
That makes sense.
You got a better memory than me, so I'll just go with you. So surely some of it will have to be because of the rule changes. But yeah, other than that,
I just nailed that. They literally played Melbourne in a prelim,
well, good on you,
and
mate.
Melbourne beat them 30-12, 30-10.
All right. Well, yeah, no idea
Okay.
what the reason is. Moving on. Who will replace Adam Reynolds next year at the Bunnies?
I think they're gonna just go that Blake Taffy, the young bloke,
Yeah, just
and they're
bring
gonna give him a crack.
bring someone in. That's
And
good.
Milford's going, but I think he's gonna play 14.
Yeah, for sure.
Hopefully, he can find some form.
I hope so too. Well, he had a good game on the weekend. Who's better, Turbo Tommy or Tommy Turbo or Teddy?
No, it's really close, but I'm gonna go Tommy. Teddy's very good.
I will go off of form this year, Turbo, but overall, I'll go Teddy.
Well, you gotta put respect on Teddy's name. He's outstanding.
Yeah, for sure.
He's so good.
Do you think Tommy Turbo should get the number 1 jersey for the Blues if he keeps form?
You know, this question comes up a lot. The reason I don't think he needs to is because he gets enough ball at center. Like a lot of centers don't get the ball enough, but he goes and finds it and plays pretty much like a roaming one anyway.
Yeah,
So he can just stay at center and let him do his thing out there. I think Teddy's safe as at the back. You just let him run the ball back. That's all that he's missing out on. He's running the ball back, which is not really a dominant part of his game anyway.
yeah. Well, you saw when Tommy was playing in the centers, he was playing like a fullback anyway, as you just said. Like
Yeah.
he'd pop up on the left, and then he'd go back to the right, and yeah, just
He's
keep it
almost
as
more dangerous because you're watching out for Teddy and then Tommy's just taking a hit up off the ruck.
yeah,
So,
breaking the line.
yeah, breaking the line.
Yep. Alrighty, Noah Blockley again. Who's the best goal kicker in the comp?
Reynolds for mine.
Reynolds or Cleary? I'll go
Which
either.
one?
I'm gonna go Cleary. I'll disagree
Oh,
with you, just
okay.
for the sake of disagreeing with you. Do you think Manly should have done something more? Do you think Manly should have done some more transferring and signing of new players?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I don't know what their salary caps look like, but they got that. They got a couple of young players anyway. Schuster, that Olakawatu.
Mm,
Yeah, they got a couple of young players there, so they'll be all right. I think Dylan Walker's contract's up at the end of this year.
it is,
I
yeah.
think Curtis Sirenan's is up at the end of this year as well. It's okay. They got their main people. And I think Schuster's going to transition to 6 eventually, so that'll be their main spawn.
He's gonna be a big 6.
He's a big guy.
He's a big boy. Anyway, next one. Top point scorer by the end of the year.
Ruben.
It'd have to be Ruben.
Yeah.
And another goal kicker question. Who's the best goal kicker in the comp? So your Reynolds or
Oh, I said Cleary.
No, you didn't.
Reynolds.
Cleary.
No.
Who are your 2 teams to join the comp in the coming years?
Now, I'm not a fan of 2 Brisbane teams coming in, but I don't think it can be. I think it has to be. Both those Brisbane teams, both those bids have more money in the bank than any Sydney team right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't go at Sydney team.
No, any Sydney team currently in the NRL.
Oh,
Yeah, they both have more money in the bank than any current Sydney team.
oh,
So
okay.
it can't be disputed. They both have to come in because the game needs money anyway.
So you think those 2? You think so? What we talked about on the last show is 2 of the lower bids merging to form 1 bid.
No, you just go no because the second bid's not that low. They still had 8 million or something in the bank.
I thought you needed a minimum of how many?
Oh no, they had 80 million. I mean 80.
80.
So one had 100 million, the other one had 80 million.
Yeah, and then there was a lower one.
Yeah, lower one. Ipswich gone. They're gone.
No, but you put Ipswich and
And
the
the Bombers. Is it the Bombers? No, the Firehawks. Firehawks. You put them
together in one and put them and then the top one.
Yeah, all right.
So
I'm down with that.
that's the 2 teams.
And then you relocate a Sydney team to Perth.
Oh, okay.
They won't like it.
No, keep the Sydney team as it is.
There's 9 teams in Sydney. It's
it is what it is, mate. We've been doing it for how long? For 20
it's a G up.
years. 20
It's
years.
a G up.
It's been 20 years, mate. It's doing fine. Zach, Do you think Freddie Fittler will be Parramatta's next head coach or next coach? Sorry, or if not, who?
No, I don't think so.
Me neither.
I think he will coach again. I think he will be a head coach again. I don't think he'll be Para. I think Paul Green. Paul
Don't.
Green's already shown that he can take a team that's been on the cusp to a grand final. Cowboys.
Uh,
Cowboys went to a couple of prelims, went a little bit, went okay in the
you,
semi-finals. 3 years in a row, he comes in, takes that team straight to a grand final, win.
we'll see.
He's shown he can take a team to the next level, and it seems like Para's on that point where they can take a team to the next level.
His coaching style just isn't. I don't. It worked with the old rules, and then you saw him like the same coaching style with Cowboys last year. You saw
Yeah,
how well that went.
I'm telling you right now, he's a next level kind of coach.
No. For the old rules, there's new
So you
rules.
reckon Brad?
Keep Brad Arthur, please,
Okay.
forever until he dies. A Shah Hatetz. This is a good question.
Okay.
Is losing Thompson Elliot going to affect the Bulldogs' finals hopes
I think she's talking next year.
next year?
Yeah, because they're probably not going to. They would. Thompson might leave. Thompson might leave, and Elliot. Well, they just fucking stood him down for the rest of the year. We don't know if he's gonna. We don't know what's going on there. If they both leave, then yeah, no, they're in big trouble.
I thought she was talking about this year.
If she's talking about this year, then no, I don't think it'll affect their final hopes. Do you?
I think, yeah, big dent.
If it's next year, I don't think they can make the finals without those two forwards.
Next year I don't think they can make the finals anyway.
That's why I was finals hopes. I think.
Anyway, Sefton, how did Jarryd Boyd recover after it looked like it was another injury to the Roosters?
He's probably just playing hurt. Probably playing banged up. He's tough.
Yeah, well, I think he's just put in an awkward position. Like, I guess it didn't really do too much damage.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just an awkward spot. It's like when you stretch and like it's like a good hurt, but maybe
It hurts right.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Do you think Walsh deserves criticism, even though he's a big part of them having a chance?
No, he doesn't. And I saw people saying Townsend should have had like the last couple of kicks. I think he done the same thing this year, didn't he? Against the Raiders, he missed 4 or 5, and that's the reason they lost.
Yeah, 100%. So
So no,
cut him some slack. Plus, he's only 18, 19 years old. Played a handful of games. Cut him some slack.
literally they'd be coming almost dead last if it wasn't for him.
Yeah. NRL clips. What made you start this podcast?
I think people don't realize this is like the first channel. Before Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, anything. This was it. Like we started this before any of it.
Mm,
So we just love talking about footy. So we talk about footy.
yeah. I know we tried to start it up a few years ago. That did not go very well. Got on the drink, put a camera in front of us, and just started talking. That was slow. That was a lot. That was a low. Bro Star 117. Thoughts on the Bunkers head explosion with try awarded in Warriors versus Broncos?
Yeah, there's at least one a week now. I don't know. They need a serious look at what's going on.
Yeah, I don't. Well, there was not enough evidence to overturn that no try.
Yeah.
But I think maybe what the bunker thought was that hand on the ball that you could see was Ewan Aikens when it was.
Do you think they overthink it though? Do you think they try too hard?
Yeah. It's like when you're looking at something, you like tunnel vision.
Yeah,
Like
and you start to see things that aren't there.
Yeah, and you don't see other things that are there.
I know. Yeah, but it's like when you hear when you're watching it, you form an opinion within what 2 frames. Within 2 pieces of footage, you
Yeah.
form an opinion if it's a try or not,
Mm.
right? Because you see the commentary, they see 2 bits of vision and they say, "Oh, that's a try," or "That's not a try."
Yeah.
They watch it 15 times,
Mm.
like this, right?
Okay.
And then they're like, "Oh, I think that's a no try."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, but they're looking for reasons to not award it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So yeah, I'm off the bunker.
Yeah. Same. Mohul Can you give us a good anyways?
It's not my line.
Anyways, there you go. That's about as good as it gets. Jack Hayes, can the Raiders string it together and knock some teams out if they? Oh, sorry, I'll start that again. Can the Raiders string it together and knock some teams out of the finals if they make it?
I think if they can win the last 2 games and creep into the finals somehow, they're a dangerous team because they're not a bad side. So if they play the Roosters week 1 and get them off on an off night, they can beat the Roosters.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, the Roosters.
You change your mind quick, eh? You're like, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I do.
No.
I listen to it and I'm like, yeah, okay, and then it processes, and I'm
Yeah.
like, hold on,
Don't get you in the bunker.
no, do not get me in the bunker. I used to ref actually. I was good.
You'd press no try and then radio down to the ref like in the next set. Yeah, well, I'll change my mind or
Hold
something.
on, I just want to review that. I want to review my decision.
Yeah. You're going to referee's challenge.
Yeah. Lockie, what do you think about the Cowboys lineup for this Saturday?
I don't know what's going on. I like Tamalolo in the front row, I guess. Val in the centres. Did someone hate Valentine Holmes in the Cowboys makeup or something? Because they just want to get him far away from fullback as they can. I think he'll go well in the centres, though. I think he'll go all right because he's a good ball runner.
Yeah, but he's in the centres, mate.
He's not going to get the ball enough.
Yeah,
and we don't have the halves to get him the ball.
Exactly.
So.
He's restricted to one side of the field and he's playing either wing or fullback, or not fullback, or centre. Just keep him at fullback where he can roam. He's a good fullback. Like,
he's a great fullback. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think he'll go okay. I think it might be to fix some things defensively, but how long since he's defended in the front line, not on the wing? No, never.
I don't think so.
Totally different position defending in the centres than defending on the wing.
Yeah.
The wing, you're the last man. You got the sideline to help you.
Mm.
The centres, you're by yourself. He's gonna get singled out a lot.
Yeah.
So we'll find out.
Yeah, we will. Jaden Griffin.
Lomax might have a day out.
So is he playing left centre?
I don't know. That's just a guess.
Okay. Jaden Griffin. Does Todd Payton have any idea where he's putting his players in position?
I think he knows. I'm not the man to mess with Todd Payton. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, he's doing his best. That's all we can.
He's doing his best.
He's doing his best.
Look, he has the full support of this podcast behind him.
He does. Todd Payton. Yeah.
You got a friend in us.
Yes, you do. Orlando something. Who will win the premiership and who will be runner-up?
I will say Tom Trbojevich's Manly tumbles the Storm in the grand final.
Oh. I think Storm and Manly will be in grand final. I think Storm will win though.
Okay.
Andrew Backhouse, a few questions from him. Thoughts on Hughes coming back? Do you think it's too early? Yes.
Yeah, like you said a couple of weeks ago, you can't protect him though forever. You probably don't want him to have too long off before the semi-final. But do you think he plays the full game?
I think he would.
Maybe he just comes off for Nico or something late. But I think they're really going for this record. I think they said they spoke about it this week. They spoke about like how big that is. Even Craig spoke about it. So maybe they're just going guns blazing for this record. That's kind of not good news for the Eels.
And then kind of rest all the players next week.
They always rest people last round. Always. It'll be a totally different side that runs out last round. They lost to the Dragons last year in the last round.
Yeah.
It's a low team.
Yeah. This has been a bit of a discussion, but who is the current best fullback and all-time best?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. All-time best, it's got to be Billy Slater.
Yeah, Billy the Kid.
I'm gonna have to say Tommy because in Tommy we trust.
Yeah, the current best fullback is Tommy, for sure. Do you think Para is back on track if they have a close game with Storm, or do they need to improve more?
If they have a close game with the Storm, yeah, they're right back on track. I don't think they can win, but if they play well, then that's a good sign for them. I take nothing out of last week. I thought they won, they got 2 points, but they weren't great.
Yeah, no, that was a low game.
The Manly Melbourne bet that I put on, that was at 10-1, is coming to 6-1.
Ooh, what's the cash out there? Can you cash out?
$26. I only put 10 on it, so it's coming up.
It is. Can we all jump on the Red Dolphins if they get in the comp?
Yep.
I will get on a new team, but they'll be my second team.
Be second team. We will if they get in the comp, we might buy jerseys. How about that?
I'll buy a jersey. Thoughts on the new Spider-Man movie trailer? You seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it. Looks
Yeah, it's good.
It looks all right.
I'm excited for it.
When's
A
it
little
come
bit of
out?
Dr. Ock action there.
Oh yeah, Doc Ock. Yeah,
Yeah. It comes out December
I'll be
in lockdown, probably.
yeah, probably. So we'll get it on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
Caleb, last question. You're a head coach and you need a front rower. Who's your go-to? Anyone bar the Cowboys?
I'm going Payne Hart 10-year deal, $850,000 a year. So $8.5 million deal for Payne Hart.
I'll give him a 10 million deal, $10 million deal, 10 years.
Yeah, but I think you don't start there though. You start a little bit lower, and then like he's like, oh, I need a little bit more. Then you go up. I'm trying to preserve the future of my footy club here, so I'm
Yeah.
going 10 years, $8.5 million deal.
Look. I'm going 10-year, 10 million.
Yeah.
That's what was offered to Jason Tamalolo, and I think it's you fed off that to Payne Haas as well.
Wait, when's he off contract? He could be a Redcliffe special.
Tamalolo or Payne?
Payne.
I'm not too sure.
Would you go? I would go Payne Hart.
I'd go Payne.
Start him.
I'd offer him a lot of money too.
A lot of money.
A lot of money. Big boy money.
And a business.
What business?
I don't know.
Something.
Real estate.
Real estate. Okay.
Yeah. On the Redcliffe. All right. You got anything to end with there, Denny? Anything profound? Any jokes you got for me?
No, I don't have any jokes. Nah.
All right. I got a joke. If say I'm holding like one cricket ball in this hand and two cricket balls in that hand, some might think I'm holding two cricket balls, but I'm just holding one really big cricket.